doing, everyone? Welcome back to Braw Cast. It's Billy Kirkwood here with Mr. Tragic O'Hara.
Hello.
There it is, the dream team. And we bring you this podcast free every single fortnight from the sexy motherfuckers at Braw Beard Oils. Head over, check out their social media and everything they've got to sell to you in the amazing world of bearddom. Bearddom. You've grown your beard back.
I've got a thing. I'm trying to grow mutton chops.
I saw that.
What did you think?
Well, I thought they were, see, when they weren't quite shaved in, you kind of looked like, there was a guy that was on Big Brother one season and everyone thought he looked a wee bit like Wolverine, and it's all I could think of was like, Tragic looks like him.
Like a shite
And
Wolverine.
then you've started growing it in a wee bit and that's just come through.
I'm trying to, what I was thinking is I'm going to get rid of this.
Right.
And then trim. Because I don't feel
People
like
haven't brought the mutton chops back, man.
Have you ever seen Dig? The film about the Brian Jonestown massacre and the Dandy Warhols?
No.
There's a guy in that called Joel Guion.
Right.
I think that's how you pronounce his second name. And all he does in the Brian Jonestown massacre is play tambourine. That's all he does. Right. But he is the best set of mutton chops I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And ever since I seen that, I was like,
That guy.
I need to be like that. Because I don't get much
Man.
else.
I was just thinking, like, John from Brawbeard is going to be watching us going like, there's a fucking mutton chop market. There's a mutton chop market we need to get into right now. Because he's a genius with stuff like that. Honestly, he'll have like a comb and a cream and an oil done.
Mutton chop.
Mutton chops. Pork chops. Pork chop. The Pork Chop Express. The Pork Chop Express, which is from Big Trouble in Little China. So he could do a Jack Burton inspired.
So you've just sorted it?
Mate, that'll be $8. It's I'm like $5. My price for ideas is really fucking low. Like really, really low. If you've never tuned into the show before, on these specials, what happens is me and Tosh are going to talk for, I don't know, about 40 minutes about some weird, everything that's going on and nothing that's going on at the same time. That is literally the concept. And you can always help us set a topic. We've got a couple of ones that people have set in.
All right.
They want us to talk about, which I think will be interesting. Okay. So we're going to get to those. So join us, will you, for the next, 30, 40 minutes or so. Notice the time is slowly going down. I'm like the opposite of a builder. Oh, that's going to be 2, 3, 4 grand. I'm going, it's going to be about 40, 30, maybe 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
That's finished.
That's it. Good night, everyone. So, right, this was one of the things, because we were just talking before we started, and I don't know. Oh, you mentioned like you knew somebody that had monkeys.
Oh, I do. I don't know if I can tell that story.
Right, well, I can tell you my story.
Right, okay, you tell me.
So, I'd always wondered if there'd ever been anybody else in entertainment from my family involved. Did I tell you? I get a feeling I've told you this.
No.
Anyway, right, where anybody in our family had ever done anything, right? Because I'd been the only one. I mean, I do stand up and I do other bits and bobs as well. And I remember asking my dad quite near the end of his life when he was quite, and I don't even remember when he came up. It was a random conversation. He wasn't in hospital ill or dying or anything like that. It was just one of those conversations that came up. And I said, I'm curious. I've got a couple of questions. Sit down, mate. Got a couple of questions. Ignore the officer. For the time of tape, this is... No, not like that. But anyway, I mean, was anyone else ever offered an entertainment? And he went, I mean, no, really, no. I mean, your granddad was an award-winning yodeler. Would that... It's like, you fucking shitting me? What do you mean he was an award-winning yodeler? Oh, aye, he yodeled all over the west coast of Scotland. And I was like, are you fucking... And I froze. Like, is this happening? Did I smell toast? Is this happening? And he was like, no, he did. So apparently yodeling was fucking huge in the 70s.
Right.
60s and 70s. Yodeling was like, you went to the working man's club. There's like a fucking singer, stripper, fucking yodeler. There's a fucking yodeler on tonight morning just before the bingo. So, and I don't think his act was long. But what he did was go and did yodeling. Right. Did yodeling. And at the end of it, you had a monkey. I'm not making it out. He had a monkey, and the monkey had come up and run up his leg, run up his arm, light his cigarette. I'm looking up. I've seen a picture. And it's like...
Simpler times, man.
I've missed my fucking calling in life. I mean, what constitutes good yodeling? And he did go, I didn't say he was good. It's like he said he's won awards. It's like, is there no a big cure folk at the outside of Switzerland, non-lederhosen? He didn't wear lederhosen either. Non-lederhosen wearing yodeling was apparently fucking huge.
Right.
And if you Google it, right, if you actually look at like 60s or 70s, you will find footage of folk on like talent shows and all that yodeling. But these other versions of it, apparently we do this thing where he's tugging it but just bounce about his mouth. That was considered yodeling.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking there it is, man. What way to start?
Every day.
What a way
Nobody
to
in my family done anything.
Yeah.
No, that's my granddad played in a skiffle band.
That's
So he
alright.
gave me his guitar.
Right.
And it had...
Saying that, you've just went, nobody did anything. My granddad played in a skiffle
No, he
band.
did, but he played it, wasn't he? I don't think they done
Oh, right,
much.
right,
Like,
right,
they were
right.
just like, it
They
wasn't
didn't
like
tour or
Bonnie
anything.
Donegan. No, they were just at the back door farting about, do you know what I mean? But his guitar had no finish on the first 2 frets because he could only play D and G.
Well, fucking even Status Quo play better chords than that.
So I'd asked, I was like, did anybody else play it? But apparently my great-granda
Right.
was mad into music,
Okay.
right? And he played saxophone. And he got so angry at it one day that he dug a hole at the back door in Coke Bridge and fucking buried it. So there's a saxophone in somebody's back door in Coke Bridge because he was like, fuck this, and he fucking dug a hole and
Imagine you're the neighbour watching it going, this mad fucker's burying a guitar. What's he doing? Especially being angry about it. Fucking I'll show you.
Aye, just
What you
a saxophone.
What you didn't know is, saxophone, sorry. What you didn't know is if you actually went around the garden, he'd buried loads of instruments.
There's like a band.
Fucking maracas.
Oh, yeah, that's what he done. That's as much as I know.
Fucking maracas.
In my household that done any sort of...
No, I think my dad fancied himself as a bit of a singer because he had quite a deep voice. But
I remember seeing my dad sing once.
Yeah.
And he sung "I'm Too Sexy" by Right Said Fred at a karaoke.
Sweet.
At a birthday party.
Was it good?
It was fucking horrific.
Oh, man.
Because the Scottish one, because he didn't. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. Like that. That's the only time I really remember
I don't think anybody needs to see that.
that. It was fucking chronic.
No, my dad would this. Sounds like I'm pure burying him. Fuck it. I thought it was stupid. Right. So he had a pal that was really into music, into instruments, and they would go around to his house, which was in Rankin Drive, not even. Right. So we're not talking about big house, the next council house, and apparently they'd have wee mini gigs.
Right?
They just have wee mini gigs with them and their pals with like fucking like PA set up and drums and all that, and just in the far corner of the room. And because I remember he tried to show me a video one of them once, and I was like, "Is this in somebody's house?" And he turned it off. Like saying like no fucking no understanding of what real music is. He's like, "No, what is this? What am I watching here?" And that's what he did. He'd have mini gigs.
Right.
And I was like, "I'm not singing every now and then," and it was like.
It's news to me.
Fuck you singing for? Completely. Obviously, I didn't know that yodeling ran in the family.
A family of yodelers.
A family of yodeling. Imagine.
Fucking hell.
Imagine the shame. Like telling dirty jokes. You should be up there on your lederhosen. And I bet you don't even have a fucking monkey. I don't. You're a fucking disgrace.
A respectful career in yodeling.
Well, apparently you used to be able to buy monkeys in Scotland quite easy. Like, apparently.
I've heard some stories, man. There's been some stuff, because there was a thing on the telly years ago, and it was about you could just buy a tiger. You could just buy lions and stuff like that at the shop.
Wow.
You could do things like that. Is there no things like horses? Folk would get a horse. And they've
Put it in their back door.
It would just fucking run about the streets and all that. Is that not what it used to happen?
I think so.
I mean, I wasn't there, but
in Ireland, I know the monkeys thing because somebody else told me, like, oh, my parents had a monkey. And I was like, what do you mean? How is this a thing? I thought this was a showbiz thing. Like, him and the monkey had, like, meetings, like, contract negotiations. I don't know what
union.
I thought. A union, exactly. It's like, I want 4 bananas a show. Fucking, I'm walking away from the table. You're a fucking disgrace. You know how expensive bananas are? Bananas would have been expensive at some point.
Apparently, right? Apparently.
If you say monkeys don't like bananas.
No, that at all. See the bananas that we eat now?
No.
They're not the same bananas that you used to get back in the day. Apparently the species of banana that you used to get back in the day is extinct, and the bananas that we eat now are a completely different type of banana from the good old bananas.
Have we got pure hipster bananas now?
I don't know what they are. I don't even know how I know that. I remember somebody saying it to me and going,
what's the difference?
I think they're slightly less bendy. I think they're a bit more straight.
Well, I was hearing a story, which is ironic considering where times have moved. I heard the story the other day that apparently the future generations are really worried about because apparently penises are getting smaller. That was the whole thing.
They are getting
the micro penis.
Do you know what else is getting smaller? The taint. Your gooch is getting smaller.
Who's measuring that?
So but did you not do the census? No, was that just to get that guy? A guy came at my door with one of these.
Oh, sorry, just for a second there, I was like, "Is that a question?" I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an actual fucking idiot. How long is your taint? Oh fuck, man. I wouldn't even know what to measure that way.
But apparently,
do you know what they measure it with?
What?
Remember when you used to go to the shoe shop when you were a kid? You used to get like a foot measure, just make you put your tape in there. And he goes, son,
it's like a trestle with two wee things, and you just straddle it, and they go like that. Yes, that's the perfect size of a wee taint vice.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But it's getting smaller. And apparently it's all to do with plastic. So see how everything's in plastic bottles,
right?
And that's what's making generations is.
Oh shit!
That actually has the length of taint you have has a direct effect on
plastic
fertility.
So that's why
they're genuinely worried about it, and we're taking the piss. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry.
It's a genuine problem.
Sorry. Here's what you need to know. I don't really give a fuck about my great-great-grandwins. Like I've said it. I'll be gone. I'll be gone, man. So it's like, well,
sounds like a you problem.
There's nothing I can do about that. Like there is nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to go running in and smack Sonny D at the Wayne's hands. What the fuck are you doing? I think your taint is shrinking. Hello, headmaster. I'm concerned about the. I'm getting a bit. No, you shut up. Well, you shouldn't have had the number on the website. Here, I'm concerned about the size of my son's taint. Hello.
I was at the doctor's this week.
Okay.
For one of those problems.
All right.
So I was.
Okay.
Because I have had problems down there before, right?
Yeah.
And I'd forgot I had an appointment. Everything's fine, right?
Good.
But I had to get an ultrasound on my testes.
For this?
Because I've got calcification, which apparently affects 5% of men. So I'm special.
Oh, wow.
Right? But that's what it was. But I'd forgot I had an
appointment.
Okay. So I was in here fucking about and my phone went. It was like, Google appointments is like, you've got half an hour to get to the fucking thing. And I totally forgot about it. And obviously, it's down there. So I done what any self-respecting male would have done, and I got some water and some kitchen roll and gave myself a wee.
Good on you.
And then I was like, to the fucking.
I bet that was appreciated.
To the doctors we went, right? So when I get there, obviously I'm talking to these like, it's nothing to worry about and all that, but can we? Can I have a wee look? Not a look. Like, can I examine you? That's the words they use, right? So. Remember that thing I put on TikTok the other day about being the best dressed father?
Yes.
And I was wearing a gold.
Yes.
I was wearing a gold tracksuit.
Yes.
Right, shorts
and
thingies, right? And that was a Father's Day present.
Right.
It was what the boys got me for my Father's Day. I fucking love it, right?
That's great.
So I was wearing it. As soon as I got a day to wear it, I was just going to wear it. I wore it the whole fucking day. So the doctor's obviously got some sort of rehearsed patter for when he's examining folks' balls. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going. He's obviously got a routine that he does.
Amazing.
So he's like that. So what is it you do? And I'm like, I'm a professional walrus chaser, and I pull my trousers down, right? And as I pull my trousers down, it was covered in gold glitter.
Oh no! He's thinking this is like some magic mic.
Like, honestly, like, I'd fucking dressed myself up for getting examined, and I'd covered, and because I'd dampened everything beforehand, it all just get fucking everywhere, and I had a sparkly set. My dick and my balls were fucking like gold dust.
He's thinking this is going to be like a fucking strippogram or something. I'm a walrus chaser.
Boof. And
here's my harpoon.
Total sparkly balls, and I was like, "This is fucking."
You'll never forget that day.
This is wonderful, man.
I'd have been tempted as he was doing the examination, going, "Level with me. Have you ever had this type of situation before?" Just to see what he says.
What do you say? Oh, I mean that.
Well, I've always wondered. Like, we've done like improv games and stuff like that, and sometimes you do this game called World's Worst, and they go like, "What's the world's worst job, hobby, situation?" You sometimes get like a gynecologist or doctor, and I've always think like, in that situation, surely one of the worst things you go is, "Oh, it's a belter." Right? Surely that's like the worst thing to say.
Oh, I like what you've done with the place.
No.
Aye, man.
Because remember, like, see at primary school, you're meant to get like checks, and they would like. I was told like of a generation that would grab it and like hold on to it and like cough and all that. I didn't get that. The woman just pulled it up, had a look at it, and cough. Right, fair enough. Where you go?
When did you get that?
I'd say primary 6 or 7.
Right. So, see, in primary 6,
right,
we were fucking hell. I never get that. No one ever looked.
You never get that?
No
like people said, like, you hit it with a spoon and all that.
That's what I got. That's what you got. Not what I got, but that's what they told me. I was told it was called the cold spoon test.
That's what I was
remember
told.
Fucking telling this to somebody and them going, "Is that what they done at Catholic school?" But seriously, I get told.
You're gonna whack you with a spoon?
I don't know why. See, looking back, I have no idea why I believed this, right? But I get told that what they done is they took a spoon and they ran it under cold water and they put it in the freezer, right?
All right, I thought it was going somewhere. And then I was like, "But where?"
And then what they would do is once it was frozen, they would show you pornographic images so you would get an erection, and they would hit your willy with a spoon.
That bit.
If the ice broke, you were going to go through puberty. And then I remember hearing this and going, I don't want to grow up. I've decided I'm going to stay 10 forever. Like, and that's what they told me.
What I love is that has so many layers of utter shite on it. They get it covered in ice, and if the ice breaks, then you're going to go through puberty. And if it doesn't, what does that mean?
And no one
you will be a child forever.
No one had the wherewithal to go, so what happens if you're a girl? Like, no one went, what happens then? We were all just like going, that's so terrifying, I don't want to know anymore.
That's a fucking good point.
And that's what I believed at school.
Oh my God. What's the female equivalent?
I have no idea. I don't even want to think about it. It's all made up anyway. I mean, you can make up whatever you wanted. But
yeah, you should. I appreciate. I make plenty of jokes about gynecologists, and I shouldn't, because it's a hard job. If you'll pardon the expression, it's difficult. Because like, what do you say? Hello. I don't know whether she won't appreciate me saying this. No, I've done it now. When my better half went to, I think, to get a smear test, which does not sound fun by any stretch of the imagination.
Even the word smear.
Yeah, I've seen a speculum. It doesn't look fun, right? Which, you know what a speculum is?
No.
Right, so, right, first of all, like, I used to do commentary at ICW with a guy called Sean David, right? And we always used to call him Dr. Sean. I don't even remember why. Then one show I'd bought loads of random doctor stuff. Like, came in here, the white coat and all that, stethoscope, and I'd bought Doctor's Deer. I bought a speculum because I thought it was for checking down your mouth, and it's not. It's for checking orifices. Because one of the women that worked on the show was a dominatrix, and she went, "Oh, I've got one of them. That's a nice one." And it made you immediately go, "Well, I bought the wrong thing. I better double check what this is."
Right.
And it was like you put it in, kind of open it up. So it's like a duck's bill. Blah. So anyway, but Heather went to go and get one, and I remember she said the one thing that caught her was the way he went, and if you just put your ankles together and just let your legs flop open, and he's always like, flop. Is that the only word you could use for that? Flop open. And I was like, oh man, like guys we've all like 40-year-old, like you'd have to start getting like prostate checks and all that. I haven't had it yet, waiting for the call up, looking forward to it.
Right.
It's like, well, this will be a thing.
Is it like a letter?
I don't know. I imagine it just comes up if you phone like your doctor and go, I want an MOT. Because I sound this way. Don't you get them? Like if you phone up a GP and go, I want an MOT, I'm this age, should I not get an MOT or service, something like that?
Do you not need to pay for that? Do you not need to pay to make sure that you're alright if you're wanting a proper full kind of check-up thing?
Would you pay for one? Like if somebody went, £100 MOT.
I'm the type of guy that will only pay to get checked if I thought there was something wrong with me.
That's fair. That's fine.
That's that guy. Like I would never go looking for trouble. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I just be like, fine. That's fine.
That's all right. I mean, it's not falling. It's not gone black yet.
It's not dropped off, so it must be fine.
It's all good. Don't you worry about that.
Man.
You got what's this? Well, it's a wheel. I put a wheel on. I can't really move that leg, but don't let that Philly.
I've been in and out the hospital quite a lot recently. Aye, but not me. Like we ended up
seeing people.
No, not even that. Like we were.
You've been drifting around hospitals.
Not on purpose. No, we're just going in to see people, just trying to make folk laugh. No, like Patch Adams just.
Here he comes.
Doing that. Fuck
here
me.
he comes. Like, you with a couple of puppets. some guy that said his arsehole reconstructed, and it's like, hello mate,
puppets.
Hello mate, it's me, Andy Anus.
Sorry. That was horrible. Whatever that was. It was like an oyster.
You should get an MOT.
My son fell down the stairs. He's fine. He fell down the stairs and he split his head open to the point you could see skull. Like you could see fucking skull.
Shit.
Right? And it was a Saturday and I'd had one beer and I'd opened my second and I was like one mouthful and Kirsten came fucking flying through the room. Hospital now. Like, Jesus Christ. So I'm in the back of the car with him. I'm sure the tea towel covered in... That's it there. See that tea towel there?
Oh my goodness.
That's still covered in... That's got his blood on it. I didn't realise it was in my bag, and I haven't had the wherewithal to move it.
There's actually some in that chair.
There's blood in the chair?
Is that blood in the chair?
That might be from that might be when I was measuring my
That's from a different child.
So and we ended up in the hospital. There is a reason I'm telling you this. I'm trying to figure out why it is.
It's terrifying though.
It was terrifying, man. In the back of the car, I was trying to talk to him and stuff. Do you know what we're doing? Remember your imaginary sandwich thing?
Yes.
That's what I was doing with him. The imaginary
there
sandwich.
you go.
And I was like that, right, we're going to make an imaginary sandwich, and and I was trying to see how much he could remember and all that stuff, because it was fucking scary. But I took the thing off to have a look, and I'd seen skull, and I was like, we'll just put that back on. And I goes, well, the good news is it's not bleeding. Yeah. Because he'd went so far that there was no fucking blood. Right? That's how we got. But, so...
It was like the health monitor on Nightmare.
He was my youngest. Right, and my eldest, as soon as this had happened, he went, oh, it just like total panic stations.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, you need to calm down so that I can deal with this, right? So Robert ended up going in, everything's fine and all that, and I phoned my mum to let her know what had happened, because my mum's a pure worrier.
Okay.
Like my mum...
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I would say it's a debilitating worry that my mum has. You know, like, she just worries about... Put this, my mum's terrified of escalators.
Okay.
Terrified of escalators. And I remember, she can't go on escalators because I had a funny turn on an escalator once, and now I can't go on them. And we were walking up the stairs one time in the seating centre, and she went, oh, I just hope there's stairs to get back down. It's these stairs.
It's the same stairs.
It's the same stairs, man. That's how much she worries about shit, right?
Imagine those stairs that just suddenly started moving. She'd have freaked the fuck out.
So, fucking Aaron had...
But is she alright? This is an odd question to ask. Was she alright with stationary escalators if they're not moving?
I have no idea. We've never really came up. But she just seems to find... She should have went into risk assessment. Oh. Like, no, she's one of the she can walk into a room and go, that would kill you. Like, nice. Do you know what I mean? Like, always the worst thing that can happen.
Okay.
Right? And Aaron... Fucking hell, man. So Aaron, we're sitting in the car by this point. Everything is kind of calmed down and that. I'd phoned my mum, explained to her what had happened. Everything's alright. I need to make a few more phone calls. And I says, but I'll phone you back. And Aaron's sitting and he's calmed down by this point. And as the phone's ringing, Aaron went, tell her Robert's dead. I was like, that's not funny. That's not funny. Like, that's not a funny thing. I'm like, everything's fine and all that. And then when I hung up, I was like, that is actually really funny, because he knows how much he worries. And I'm like, that's the what? But he's 8 and he just says things, and you're like that. Now looking back, that's really funny that you said that, but I'd never make that joke. Do you know what I mean? But that's
there's no filter.
No.
This is good stuff.
Do you know what she'd think was hilarious?
Do you know what's going to be funny out of this situation? That.
And that was it. I was just watching his wee face, because he obviously thought,
oh my God,
this would be really funny. You'll appreciate this, father.
Here, here's one for you.
Do you know what you'd love?
Kids are maniacs.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are absolute fucking maniacs, man. My parent, I don't know what's going on with them, but I still remember the time lying next to one in bed. And I don't even remember how, but he found 5p in the bed, and he went, oh, that's 5p. That's going up my bum. And then I remember his hand going down and being kind of like, what? No? And then I swear to you, I changed his nappy about, I don't know, 3 weeks later, and there was money in it. I'm not even joking.
Hell. What, that different 5 pence? More change?
Definitely a different 5 pence. It was copper. Well, it was at least anyway, you know what I mean? I'm not making it up. There's no joking. I'm pretty sure at one point, I'm a bit worried that at one point he's went, and Heather's like, that's you. You've made that joke at some point. It's like, put money up your arse. No, I have not. I mean, it is the forbidden pocket.
The prison wallet.
Yeah, exactly. That's I believe it's called. Buddy of mine swears his dad snuck in a Game Gear up his arse. Swears blind his dad with a TV converter on it snuck a Game Gear into prison up his arse. I don't even know if that's possible. Where's the charger? Oh, right, maybe it's not the first thing to worry about.
It's batteries. If anything, the batteries would be easy enough.
Are you going to horse through batteries with that?
You wouldn't need. I don't think that's your problem.
Right,
I don't think you're like that. How long am I going to play this really smelly Game Gear? But
do you remember when you got like wee handheld black and white tellies? At one point they would go, look at this, it's a tiny wee telly, be like the size of a Walkman or something. Oh, look at this, get wee black and white. I still remember sitting at my mate Jamie's back door trying to get a signal on this stupid wee telly.
With the ears.
With the ears.
Yeah.
Despite the fact he's got a fucking telly and they were huddled in. Look at us watching fucking Heartbeat in your back doorstep like a pair of fucking dicks.
I remember I don't even like football.
Right.
But I remember we had to go somewhere and there was a telly. My granda had a telly. The wee portable ones. No, they were really long.
Right.
It was a really small screen, but they were really, really long.
Really long.
And I remember trying to watch the Champions League final on this thing in the back of the car, and it was the Borussia Dortmund won like 5-1.
Oh.
Anybody knows anything about football?
If you know that game,
I watched that game in the back of a Ford Fiesta on a portable a wee black and white telly with the things. And I just couldn't remember that. And I never remembered that till you brought that up.
This is the future.
That was it.
My other memories are, as an adult, you sometimes think, like, I run this car on fumes. But my dad, like, he ran his car on fucking fumes. I still remember going to my Uncle Archie's 25th wedding anniversary and it running out of petrol and I'm having to get out and push it into the focus. I remember that clear as a bell. And he must have, like, you know how hard it is to run a car down to, like, just nothing? You've got to drive that motherfucker for, like, 150 miles.
The car tries its best to tell you.
It does. I give you the warning, and even then it's kind of going, right, you'll get like 80 out of this. Do not take the piss. Like, because I will fucking tap out at 79, 78. I'm not even fucking around. And you're like, oh, it's all right. I'll get an extra.
80's
no, I mean it. Like, you'll empty this fucking thing. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's like, no, I'm telling you. Who's the fucking car? Man, I'm so glad we don't have, like, kits. Like, you know, like the car from Night Rider just getting you fucking cheek all the time.
I think it's a rite of passage to have a shite car.
Oh, aye.
Like, you need to have a shite car. I remember growing up, we had it was my pal.
Right.
I say growing up, I would have been about 17, 18. And my pal had a Golf that would randomly just stop working, right? So he always had to time traffic lights because as soon as the car came to a standstill, it would fucking cut off.
Just cut off.
So when you came to the traffic lights, you would have a hand here because he could never drive by himself. If he wanted to go anywhere, he'd bring someone with him, right? Because you couldn't do this by your fucking self. So you'd be sitting in the front seat like that, and you would wait, and he'd be like that, fucking, here we go, man, right, you ready? And it would fucking cut off, and you'd have to fire the belt off and run out the back and fucking push it, and then jump back in, to the point where, not the 24-hour Tesco in Irvine.
Aye.
You know how I don't know what it's called. Is it Merrick,
Merrick or something. It's like aye.
There's a big long road.
Yeah.
We had to park there, like back to the Future, because you couldn't start the car without bump start. So you couldn't. That's where we'd park, and we'd park so far up, and you'd have to push Geggy's motor until it cut on, and then you would jump in and you would drive away.
Still quite Fast and the Furious, isn't it?
No, it was fucking.
It's like,
terrible.
hey, look at all these funky kids with the cars on American Graffiti. This was like, come on!
That's why, see, when I see somebody at that age walking, like driving by in like an Audi TT or something, I'm going, there's so much of the world you still need to learn.
Yeah.
Because
I had first, growing up, we had shite cars. Like, we always had, well, we didn't, no, I don't know, maybe no shite. We definitely had cars when I was very, very little. But I remember it being at the side and just barely moving. Right. And then I remember going on holiday a couple of times and clearly my parents went, we'll hire a car. Because I remember one time it was a mini Metro, right, which clearly was like cheapest fucking car they could get. And then like another time it was like a Maestro, Austin Maestro or something, which felt like fucking huge in comparison.
Right.
But
I don't even remember. I don't even know what that looked like.
Oh, I can picture it. It was a kind of cream colour thing. It couldn't have been that big. Probably the size of a Ford Focus or something like that. Probably a bit real than that. But then my mum got mobility in later years. So I remember she had a Ford Fiesta, but it was like basic, three doors. Ford Fiesta, I can remember that. Then we got a Vauxhall Nova. Now this Vauxhall Nova was a piece of shit. It was the worst motherfucking car. First of all, really easy to jump start it.
Right.
Because like there was like, you know, like the warning light, the hazard light.
Yeah.
If you took the button out, turned it upside down, put it back in, pressed it, fucking engine started.
Fuck off.
Yep. Fucking engine started.
Was that?
So there was no point in even like locking
a key.
Yeah, you might as well. Was it even like?
Was that meant to happen?
I assume it was some type of like secondary measure, or it wasn't meant to happen because it was a piece of crap. This thing broke down all the time. It got stolen, and I still remember my dad's reaction because my brother had been driving it. He didn't have insurance, but never mind that. He'd driven it up to his mates and it got stolen. I still remember my dad going, "Who the fuck would steal a Vauxhall Nova?" Who would steal that fucking car? I think he was hoping it would get found as a burnt out husk somewhere. They fucking found it, no hang rang me. It was like, bastard.
I remember having a car growing up. I think it was my mum had a Punto, a black Punto, right? And I remember when it was Safeway and Saltcoats.
Right, yes.
Fuck, how old are you when
you used to have creches, man.
When you start to go...
You used to have creches in supermarkets. Like, this was one of our babysitters, one of our childminders. He was like, "Oh, I started off. I was the babysitter. I was the creche worker at Sainsbury's and the Safeway in Kilmarnock." And I was like, "What a fucking great idea!"
When they and you could drop your reins off.
Drop your reins off, go to your shop and get your reins on the way out.
Try it now.
What a fucking great idea!
No, it's cages.
Fucking cages. Oh man. Would I think about it?
And you go.
Like if it was like a cat carrier or something, just
put them in there.
There's a one wall of it's a telly. Then you go.
That'll be fine.
See you in 10 minutes. There's a water bottle.
So we had a Punto. Right. And I remember my mum getting into Safeway and see the cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
I remember pushing the cigarette lighter. I remember this clear as fucking day. I remember sitting there. It would have been on this side.
Right.
Going like this. Pushing the cigarette lighter. Because I didn't know what it'd done.
Right.
And then it going click. And then picking it up and looking at it. And it glowing red.
Yeah.
And going, that looks warm. And putting it on the fucking seat. Right? And then lifting it up and instantly regretting it. Obviously, because I'd melted all the way through the seat.
Shit.
I still to this day don't know why I fucking done it, right? And then I looked at it and I put it back in and I moved my leg. And I just sat there like that. And I never moved the whole way home. And I made it to my ma, get out the car and back in the house. And then I get in and just that was enough for me to go, I don't know how that... She was going mental, shouting me down. She's like, how's this happening? I have no idea how that could be anything. Mum.
Wasn't like that the other day when you and I were in the car?
I know.
So you're right, Mum. Which bastard? It's like Begbie and Trainspotting. We're not leaving here to be funny. Who? What dickhead? You know what that looks like? That looks like your fucking cigarette lighter. What fucking idiot doesn't he know that's roasted?
Do you know what I mean? I still don't to this day even know. But then I was saying to somebody the day when I was dropping the boys off at school, I remember one day just waking up and saying, I've not been in trouble for a while.
I get you.
And it was just like...
It's that wee voice.
I don't know. Not even that. Getting to an age... Because apparently you don't, as a male, you don't learn foresight until you're in your 20s.
All right.
You don't have that bit of, if I do this terrible thing's going to happen.
Oh, Jesus.
And I remember waking up one day and going, it has been a while since something... I've get into trouble for something. And I think that was when I realised, you can see maybe 30 seconds into the future now.
Jesus. I wanked in a lot of reckless places as a teenager. And I'm just thinking I would never have attempted any of that in my 20s.
What's that? What do you mean a reckless place?
I'm reckless. Easily I got caught. What are you talking about? Living room.
Was that...
Sainsbury's.
Well, the living room was... Sainsbury's.
A bottle. On the roof of a bottle.
In the creche at Safeway.
There was never any kids on that day. On the roof of a bottle bank.
No, you didn't.
No, I did not.
All right.
I did not. And a tent in the park. That's not a good idea.
A tent at the park?
A tent in the park. And a wee wank.
Good for you, man.
But it's at that age when it's just like, oh no.
Was it like hard if people... Well, obviously it was hard, but was it difficult when folk were walking by? Would it put you off your stroke? Well versed.
I just kind of pretend. Well, back then, it was back in the day we used to play music when you were doing it. Couldn't do that now. I find that distracting as fuck.
Listen, a guy told me years ago, I don't know if this is true. This might be one of these things that, like, it's just a story, but you hear it. And he told me when we were out skating one day, he said that he had his headphones on and was having a wank with his headphones on and his eyes shut.
Let me guess. When he opens them up, there's a cup of tea next to the
That's
bed.
exactly the story.
That's an old bit, man.
Did you hear that as well?
That's an old story.
Is that with the cold spoon as well?
That's like
Is
the
that
cold
there?
spoon, man.
Yeah.
I've heard that was like every hack stand-up comedian in the 90s made that joke.
Oh, fuck. Well,
Totally, man. Totally.
What age would
What's
I
a
been?
piece of shit? I mean, it could be true in all fairness.
He said it was milk in a sandwich.
Why'd you close your eyes?
Do you...
Were you not looking at something?
Oh, but these are the
Well, back
days
then, back
you
in the
couldn't-
day, you would have got like hard if like you saw like a flash of ankle. You know what I mean? You would have saw the severed toe in the Big Lebowski and you would have went,
I used to steal the Littlewoods catalogue.
nice.
Because the big bra section.
With bigger the price. All right, bigger. I was just thinking bigger the price.
The big bra and pants section.
Oh right, okay.
That was it. They would always go missing. My mum would it'd be like July, and I'd be going, just looking at what I want for Christmas.
Mr. Frosty.
Yeah. Circling things.
First of all, you can't have this woman, but she's in the catalogue. She's in the catalogue.
See, she's $4.99.
$4.99. That's a fucking bargain.
You know what I mean?
Size, whatever. I'll tell you this now. I feel bad because I've been a married man of a long time. I have no idea how bra size works. Like literally, I have fucking no idea. And there are women out there and men, I'm sure, that can tell it on sight. Or you're a 38F.
My understanding of it is the number is like your chest size,
right?
Like your suit jacket size,
right? Oh,
that's my understanding of it. So if it's a 38, it's like 38 inches.
Oh, right.
I think. And the number is how
there's going to be someone
bulbous. I don't know.
There's going to be someone shouting at us right now going, you fucking
wrong. But I don't need to do it. Like,
I mean, they don't have the same thing as you have to measure your taint, which is to the exact. I mean, is it the same thing for arseholes? It's like when you go into Ratners and you used to get the thing for measuring your ring size. They just quite literally, they're just like, you're a 42B.
This bead will fit you perfectly.
These pants. Why did you do that when I'm just wearing pants and they stay on the outside? Well, I don't know, sir. I don't make the rules. Just comes down from head office.
I only own the shop.
I only own the shop and everything else, and this is mine I brought from home. But that'd be horrible. That'd be horrible working in an industry like that. I don't think, man, I'd be mega worried I'd fuck it up. Even measuring a woman's bra size, I'd be like, you're a 32. Do you go up or down? I've no idea. Every time anyone talks about a bra shop, I always think about the episode of Father Ted.
Oh, it's my favourite.
Christmas.
It's
Ireland's biggest
lingerie
section. So I'm led to believe. That's funny. I've gigged with 3 guys from Father Ted.
Really?
Yeah, only three. There's a couple more I wouldn't mind. So Ardal Hanlon. Oh God, I went and forgot that fella's name. Oh, that's terrible. He plays Father Damo.
Oh!
How are you?
Oasis or Blur?
Yeah, Oasis or Blur.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that because I love Father Ted.
Okay.
I done a Father Ted impression in front of an Irish woman one time.
Right.
Was I being racist?
Oh, wow.
Because I was with an English girl at the time. There was Scottish and English and an Irish person.
There you go.
And we were talking about Father Ted because it's brilliant. And I done an impression.
Right. Oh God, why people have been asking me deep. I don't know how. I don't think you were being racist.
I didn't do it out of badness.
No,
I don't think.
Was that a quote?
It was a direct quote.
All
I
right.
didn't go up and
Did she go? This is my Irish friend, and you immediately went into
no.
Because I was about to go. That's racist. This is my Irish friend going, I see you're racist now, father. That'd be like the first thing you'd say.
No, we'd been speaking for the whole day. And the thing is, like, when I was doing it, I didn't think there was anything wrong. But out the side of my eye, I seen the English person make a face of, I can't believe you've just fucking done that. And I was halfway through it going, I can't believe I'm fucking doing this. And I finished it.
What did you do, a whole episode?
No, not a whole episode, but it was enough of a thing that there was enough time to realise you were saying something. It wasn't just a word. But I don't think that's the funny thing. But then, I'm sure she done a Scottish accent.
Where do you go?
I think I could just be making that up, but I do think about.
If I was your lawyer, I'd be like,
stop talking.
You'd say something, and I'd be like, oh, I think we got a case here. I think she did a Scottish accent. Ah, definitely. I don't know why she did. Oh, for fuck's sake! Now we're gonna have to come at this from another angle. Did she shit on one side of the bed?
Yeah, man.
Do you remember what the impression was?
There's that many things. It could have been the Ireland. I can't say Ireland.
Right.
Ireland's biggest lingerie section.
Oh, right.
Thing. It could have been that one, or it could have been. It could have been fucking.
There's a Scottish priest in that episode. The guy that played Tommy in Trainspotting is a Scottish priest in that episode.
Is there?
Right. He's in that episode because he gets a smack in the face because he's losing it. And Ted smacks him.
I like the bit where the guy goes, "Are you looking for a really loud and exciting voice?"
Yeah.
He's looking for a really boring voice.
Then I apologise for my impetuous interruption.
I love Father Ted. It was trending in Twitter yesterday.
Oh, I hope it was nothing to do with Graham Linehan because he's turned into a right cunt.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Fucking. Oh,
I don't know anything about that. I've heard stories.
He's just the biggest fucking cunt.
There's a wee question.
Go on then. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like,
here's a wee question.
If this isn't like a trans thing, I'm
no,
not.
It's not that at all.
Like,
I'd be too terrified to fucking say anything about that.
Good. We'll cut
that. Can you separate art from artist?
Oh, wow. That's a question.
Fucking take that. Alan's big question. Can you though?
Oh, God. That's a fucking deep question. I think you can.
You can.
Do you think you can? Do you think you can't?
I think there's a shade. I think there's a B&Q, a Dulux colour chart.
Right.
Chart, I nearly said a Dulux colour chart.
Basically,
like,
he shits himself and it's smeared across something.
But do you know what I mean? Like, know how you get, like, for example, not wanting to get into anything too horrible, but remember the Lost Prophets guy?
Yes.
Like, you're kind of done there. That's it. Like,
you're done. That's you.
That's it.
That's you out.
Which is unfortunate for the rest of the guys in the band.
100%. I think they tried to keep going in some way. I think they did.
You would need to change
the name's gone.
You would need to change it.
Well, fucking, like, that's another one where you're just like, oh, what a fucking... it's like the Graham Linehan thing as well. Just, honestly, ruined his marriage because of his opinion on, like, trans people and, you know, it's just the worst thing. Just the biggest cunt.
Was he just being a bastard?
And he believes it. He's a horrible man. He's a horrible man. Just turns out... But you're also that way, like, going like, did you crack? Did something happen?
Oh.
Did you crack? Like, because that's the only logical explanation is like, no, I'm absolutely fine. Oh, you're a piece of shit then. Like, how do you respond to that? Like, how do you respond? No, I'm sorry, let me tell you why. It's like, I'm not interested. But in terms of artists from artists, that's a hard one, man. This guy, because he's like, Roman Polanski, for example.
Oh, what did he do?
He had sex with a 16-year-old.
So he did.
And then fled America and never went back. But he has won Academy Awards and has had, you know, huge films maybe, I don't know. Huge.
What's the other guy? Woody
Allen, there's another
Allen.
one. Didn't he have... I don't know the full thing, but didn't he go out with, like, their adopted daughter?
Yeah, that's exactly what Woody Allen done.
Like... That's so wrong.
It's that what you said there is well, I could be making that up, but he did.
Jesus Christ, Your Honour! I don't even know how to defend him.
That's what I just taught myself in a hole. If I ever get caught doing anything, they would just let him go.
Yeah,
just let him talk for.
So these are the facts.
Minutes.
These are the facts. These are Googleable facts.
Yeah.
So that's just not on. But no,
All sorts of wrong, isn't it?
Everything about it. It's the journey. What did you say?
It's just all sorts of wrong.
It's all sorts of wrong.
It's just all sorts of
like,
wrong.
Literally, it's almost like
I actually really enjoyed us talking about Father Ted more than I enjoyed about this.
100%.
Why did I do this, man?
This is making me sweat.
This is just like picking up the cigarette thing and just talking about that. This is exactly what it is. It's just like, I wonder what will happen if
I'm going to press that in a couple of minutes.
Do you ever get feelings like that? Do you ever walk into places and go, I wonder what will happen if I do this?
Oh, God, I'm terrible. You know how whenever people talk about the ledges...
The ledges?
Well, like, you ever think about, like, jumping? Yeah,
right, aye.
I wonder what would happen. All the time. All the time. I don't mean that in like a suicidal, like, it's just like, I do feel the urge to, it's madness. I mean, I've never done it. Obviously, these safety factors in my brain that would stop me.
Yeah.
But I do go like, I totally get it. I totally get like why people would want to, just the sensation of like, I wonder, like, that makes me say this has got whale deep, isn't it?
I say things a lot. Like, I'll go into a room and I'll judge it and I'll go, I'm going to say this just to see how everyone reacts.
Oh, I'm a social hungry.
To this thing. Yeah. Just to see, just to poke, just to go, you're taking yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Poke him in the eye. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, what do you think inside a turtle's shell smells like? It's like, what? Just thinking, I mean, they like it. I mean, they're like, because they live in there a lot. I mean, like, if in your house you've got Febreze and Shaken Back, like, what does a turtle do if he goes, this place is barking?
Is that not a fallacy?
What?
Like, they don't actually...
Do they not? I'm fucking lied.
Have you ever seen the inside?
Every cartoon I've ever seen has fucking lied to me.
Listen, gravity is questionable.
I'm told they could fuck off as well. They could leave the cell and fuck off.
No, they can't do that. Oh. Have you ever seen the inside of one? They've x-rayed them.
All right, I was about to say.
And you can see it, and it's like they are just...
breaking one open on my knee. Just how we look.
But they're not like that. They can't. There was a thing... the League of Gentlemen.
Right.
Remember that bit in The League of Gentlemen where he...
This is where I get all my science facts from. The League of Gentlemen.
TV is just comedies, that's it. Like, and it's the vet, and he blows the tucker.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Aye.
Oh, fuck yes, so he does. Because the vet kills...
So technically, that's not funny, because that isn't what would happen in real life.
The vet kills everyone if I give it a small blow up at Zanus. I remember that.
I love The League of Gentlemen. I love The League of Gentlemen.
I should come back. Although I do like, we just ended up talking about comedy. The Father Ted thing. So, Father Debo, that's going to drive me absolutely nuts. He follows me on Twitter as well. Oh, man. I'm a piece of shit. Joe.
Oh.
Joe. It's Joe. It's definitely Joe. God damn it. Give me the surname, you big fucking squidgy cunt. Come on! God damn it! I haven't got it. Anyway.
Do you know the next guy? There was 3.
The other guy is Michael Redmond, who's one of my favourite comedians.
Yep.
From Father, he's probably best known as Father Stone. From Father, I believe they still have Ted Fest every year, and he goes over and he celebrates Ted Fest.
Yeah.
They dress up.
Yeah.
I even got him to leave me an ID from a radio show as Father Stone.
Brilliant.
I even paid the money. It's like, hello, it's Father Stone here. Billy invited me onto his radio show, and no, I'm fine, thanks. And it's like, yes! Yes! And like, nobody gave a fuck. Not one person, apart from me.
Do you know what? Here's another deep question. Do you know MF Doom?
Is it Sweeney? Is it Joe Sweeney?
Are you still thinking about that?
Joe Sweeney. I'm sorry. In the moment.
Do you know MF Doom?
No.
Right, so MF Doom is billed as your favourite rapper's favourite rapper.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Would you rather be a comedian's favourite comedian or just a layman's favourite comedian?
Right. It's a hard one.
We get topics. Somebody they sent in topics.
Yeah. But this is all right. It's an interesting question. Do you know, like, fucking man, over the years, I think I've always been like, I'll do my own thing. And no, you know what I want? I want some level of fucking popularity that I don't need to give a fuck. I'm just interested in making people laugh. That's it, man.
Yeah.
I don't need to have, be like in a smoky room going, today we're talking about jokes and their influence on society. We're here with Billy Kirkwood. Hello. You know, I don't want none of that. I want people just laughing and coming to see gigs. I've given less of a fuck about that now. I just want people having a good time, coming to see the shows. That's it.
Yeah.
Done with that shit. Layman's going to pay money. Some fucking comedian going like, oh, no. That's my attitude. That's my attitude. I don't want to be a comedian's comedian. There'll be someone out there like you, but most comedians are fucking bellends anyway.
Maybe it's different, because see, in music, when I was playing music, I always wanted to be a musician's musician.
Yeah. I'd like an award.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know, like, the idea of giving awards for stuff like that is ludicrous?
Yeah. Yeah, I get exactly what you mean. I guess it's the same in any industry. I mean, it's nice to get appreciated, but at the end of the day, does it really pay? I'd rather like audience members just enjoyed the show and tell their pals, and I don't know. I mean, fuck it. I think I'm overthinking this now. I'm trying to, you know what I'm doing? I'm backing myself into a corner going, now, Billy, should you be thinking about your career and the statements you're about to make? And then the partner goes, oh, fuck them. And it's like, you shut up, where were you? Where were you when we wanted to go into Yodeling, the family business?
Yeah, man.
So that's always been my attitude. I mean, it's, I think it's nice. Man, I just want to be nice and just have people enjoying the shows, and everything else kind of comes with it. If you end up making pals with another comedian, then that's cool. But then some guy going, yeah, that guy's great. There's always going to be somebody going, he's a fucking dick. Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, I don't think you should worry about that going into anything. I mean, it'd be nice. You know what I mean? Somebody wants to pick up the phone and goes, hey, we're making a movie called The Billy Kirkwood Story, and we heard you might know a guy. I know a couple of guys. That's how it would go.
Yeah.
That's how we go. What about you?
I don't know. What was the question?
The question was, would I rather be a comedian or a layman's comedian? And I'm kind of like,
maybe layman's the wrong way to say it. See,
okay.
Seeing it like that, that's making it as if, what I mean is, right, so know how you've got in the world of rap music, right, and people talk about top 5, right, and like Tupac's always in there, and Biggie's always
like
in there.
Being on someone's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, the Mount Rushmore of comedy, or the Mount Rushmore of and stuff like that. MF Doom's not in the top, like the majorities.
Right. Got you.
To somebody like me, who's not a rapper, may I say, I think he's the man.
Oh, there
like,
you go.
Do you know what I mean? So it's that bit where it's like,
oh man, it's all fucking perception, isn't it? Like there'd be people out there. These people out there that love Mrs. Brown's Boys.
yeah,
I think it's dreadful.
I don't get it.
But there's people out there that love that, and they would go, "What's your favourite TV comedy and show on TV?" Mrs. Brown's Boys never failed to make me laugh. Fucking doesn't get any better than that, right? And then it'd be me going, "Have you never seen any other comedy?
Is this your first time watching?
Is this your first
television?
time watching anything?" And there was people talking. What a day! What a day! Whereas I think It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is probably the best comedy in telly.
It doesn't. That Mrs. Brown's Boys makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Panto.
But then folk kind of lump it into the same thing as Peter Kay's Phoenix Nights.
I liked Phoenix
I
Nights.
thought Phoenix Nights was.
I still
brilliant.
quote Phoenix Nights on almost a daily basis.
All the time. So does my wife. I've spoken about this twice this week.
Right.
You know how the bit is it? It'll be Brian Potter that says it. I used to think it was Max, but it's not. Brian Potter says it, and it's at Robot Wars.
Oh.
And he turns around and he's like, "Is this your robot son? You ever kissed a girl?" When he says that, and my wife will say that every so often when something really geeky happens, she'll go, "You ever kissed a girl?" Like she'll do that. And it's quite funny.
I think what's the ones when Brian Potter's got a girlfriend and he's on his
Oh,
stair
the
lift.
things I'm going to do
The
to you.
things I'm going to do to you.
I love Phoenix Nights.
Honestly, on like a daily basis, that tastes like shit, and I'm eating shit.
Billy, what were some of the things that people wanted us to discuss?
Oh, fuck, right, well, do you know something? We're almost out of time. But what were some of the things? Very, very quickly, that we will sort this out for the next one, man. That's dreadful. Even if it would have got really awkward in the middle of it when I turned it to a hate letter against Graham Linehan. He's a knob end. All the mums and mumsnet are right. Right. What a fucking cunt. It's making me angry. Anyway, right, what were some of the topics? We kind of covered a bit of them. It was like showbiz in your family or weakest claim to fames. What were your weakest claim to fames?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, have you ever like been met a celebrity or something? Or like, did you serve a celebrity? Like,
my gran sent me over to Mrs. Mac from Take the High Road to get her autograph on a postage stamp book.
Fuck off.
I remember that clear as fucking day. I was next to the sea. I have no idea what part of Scotland this happened in, but I remember my gran going, "Fun, would you go over and get her autograph?" My gran was too feared to go out and speak to Mrs. Mac.
Oh man, Take the High Road was huge.
So I went over with the stamps,
And
she signed it.
She signed it.
That's what she done.
Yeah, clutter in the net.
I remember Nick Oliveri from Queens of the Stone Age, right, who had recently been let go from Queens of the Stone Age, I think, but he was playing his band Mondo Generator. Have I told you this?
No.
Right, so he's playing in remember the Barfly?
Yes.
Right.
In Glasgow.
In Glasgow. So the Barfly in Glasgow, and I'm still to this day obsessed with Mondo Generator and Queens of the Stone Age and the Desert Sessions and all that stuff, right? So the backstage of the Barfly was ironically in front of the stage back in the day, right? And I turned up at this gig and I remember going and planting myself at the very front of the stage, and I was like, I'm going to watch this thing and I don't give a fuck who the support bands are, but I'm going to be within spitting distance of Nick Oliveri. First band goes, second band goes, and next thing I hear my pal behind me going, "Tosh." I'm like, I'm not turning around. Like, I've claimed this space. He's wanting to squeeze in. He can fuck off. "Tosh!" 3 times he shouted at me. And as I turned around, I was like, "What?" And Nick Oliveri was there, trying to get on stage. And I basically just screamed in the guy's ear. And I don't know if you know what this guy looks like, but he's fucking scary, man. And he'd like shaved head, big beard, and he turns around and he just fucking looks at me. And I was like, fuck, man. And I stood at the front of that thing, fuck, I just felt like such a
and you
dick,
still
man.
didn't sidestep him?
I still didn't move. I was just like starstruck by the fact that this guy, I could have went, "Oh, you're real."
Oh my
like, and that's why I screamed right in his face.
Oh my, I love that.
I was so bad.
Mine's are always really weak. Like I won 2 prizes off Glenn Michael and Glenn Michael's Curtain Cavalcade. I don't know,
Right.
that's a wee thing. I've never met him.
Right, but you won 2 prizes.
Yes. I met him live when he did his shows, but I've never met him as an adult. And he kicks around Ayrshire.
Oh, does he?
He kicks around Ayrshire. He's retired. I mean, he's in his 90s now.
Right.
But apparently it's like, and people went like, maybe that's no inconceivable that we could get you. And I was like, can I do it? can't do it. Because like Glenn Michael, once upon a time, was like a vaudeville entertainer and a producer and a TV. Like, what if he just like, is this what passes for the industry now?
Oh man!
And I'm just being like, what if it was just the biggest judgment? And it's not necessarily against me, but it's just like, what do you want?
Look what we've become.
Look what we've become.
Do you know who
I read his autobiography though.
Do you know who I'd love to have met, but I never ever got to meet?
Who's that?
Neil Buchanan.
Oh man!
I would have loved to have met Neil Buchanan.
Well, that's still possible.
Neil Buchanan.
When he takes a break from being Banksy.
He plays. See if that turns out
Rumor
to be true.
has it was like him and the Chemical Brothers.
Massive Attack.
Massive Attack.
Massive Attack is the
because they all went to college together or something like that.
I never knew that.
But here's the thing, and we'll wrap this up after this, right? But this is the thing. Do you know who? Oh my God. What's going on with me in names? He used to do things with Ricky Gervais, big, tall, skinny guy. Stephen Merchant made a TV show where they got through a fourth party, got in touch with Banksy.
Oh, was right, okay.
So what they did was, this is a thing starring Christopher Walken where they're clearing up the local area, right?
Right.
So what they basically said was, here, we want to do in an episode that one of our guys accidentally cleans off a Banksy. But how's about you do a Banksy, and it'll only ever exist in this. Like, it'll never have like a monetary value or anything like that. Yeah. It will only ever exist in this episode. And apparently Banksy went, fuck yes.
Do you know?
So they gave him a location,
right?
And apparently they tried watching. Come back middle of the night. They get the report going like, we don't know how he's done it. We don't know when he's done it. But he's done it. We're looking at it.
Right.
Like, we're doing their filming in the morning. I want a security guard on that fucking Banksy. And he went out and and he had to go, right, Christopher, you're clearing up a Banksy. Apparently Christopher Walken's like, what? I shouldn't be doing that. He's like, is that a fake? And they're like, no, it's real. We're fucking doing it. And then apparently Christopher Walken was like, that's so fucking cool.
It's really cool, isn't it?
That's so fucking cool.
Have you ever seen one?
Yes. One in was that the other side of London or wherever it was? But I have seen one. Yes,
I seen one in Brighton.
Oh yeah,
I was gigging in Brighton.
Rumor has it he lives in Brighton.
But I think it was Brighton, Brixton, all that kind of area. But in fact, they're miles.
He likes bees. Yes, Brixton and Brighton are.
But I was playing a gig in Brighton and I was walking by and it was the two kissing policemen.
Oh yeah,
in the back of a pub, and it was the only thing in the wall that had perspex on it.
Jesus.
And there's a bit of me. So I went through phases with Banksy where I pure loved him. You see him.
I thought you were about to say. So I got a cigarette lighter.
Okay, went to my mum's Punto, and so I loved him for a long time, and then I kind of went off him.
Right.
And then I obviously matured as a person and went, oh, actually, see the reason you thought you disliked him.
Yeah.
He probably dislikes that reason as well.
Yeah.
Like that thing of getting taken too seriously.
Yeah.
And then when you see it behind the perspex, all of a sudden it's like, this guy takes it seriously. But he never put the perspex up. That was the bit. My anger is in the person that's in control of the perspex, not in the person who done the fucking thing.
Oh, there you go, man.
Do you know what I mean? And I remember seeing that and I was pure, because it was hundreds of really good stuff.
Yeah.
That was, as far as it was concerned, it was shit. In fact, see at the weekend, when I was doing that thing up at Yardworks.
Yeah.
So there was a point where, probably a bit of context.
Are you Banksy?
No.
I was just saying.
No, I would. No. But you get caught. That's Ayrshire. That's a graffiti patter. See if you're ever painting a mural, it's up there with you've missed a bit.
Oh, fuck
That's
off.
it. Are you Banksy? And you've missed a bit. That's the two that you get.
It's good stuff, though.
Do you know what I mean?
It's good stuff.
It's fucking quality, isn't it? So when I was up at Yardworks, I was doing this thing where I was drawing people's faces without looking.
Yes.
At the thing that I do, right? And I was drawing it. And there was a person came up, right, with it. Because there's a lot of kids. So there was a person came up with their kid. And they were like, can you draw my kid? And I was like, yes, but you need to read this card. And I had a description of what I was doing. And they read the card. And I'm like, great. They never read the card. They just fucking looked like they read the card. Put it back in the thing. I was like, right. And I drew their grandchild. And I went, there you go. And they went, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Much do I owe you? I was like, nothing. And then it was like, you could see in the face, that's shit. It went from wonderful to shit.
Just because
it was free.
Oh,
because it was free. And there was a bit of me that was like, That's hilarious. That's the funny thing, because people attach this monetary value
Fuck,
to whether
man.
things are good or not, man.
That's mental.
I put a thing up the other day, right, where I drew the Beastie Boys. It's up there, I'll show you later. I drew the Beastie Boys without looking, and I was like,
I've seen it.
the price has gone up. This is £57 million.
Yeah.
And it was funny, but then there was a bit of me going, imagine somebody bought that though. Imagine you just went about saying that everything, that's 5.7, and not selling a thing ever.
Yeah.
And just going, no.
And there's that one guy.
That one person that's daft enough to go, I've got 57 million kicking about.
Oh, fuck it, let's do this.
And then all of a sudden, everything's worth 57 million because
fuck, man.
It's funny how the whole thing works.
There's me worrying about fucking sweeties from Glen Michael, and there's you. Like, fucking... We're going to take over. We're going to bring the world down. You're the New World Order. Do you know that?
It's so funny. Like, it's just the idea of... It's the same as giving awards to comedians.
Yeah.
It's just a bit
I think the only other weakest link I've got to celebrity is I got hit on by a woman that was in River City and The High Life with Alan Cummings. That's all I've got. I don't even know her fucking name. I don't even know her fucking name. Anytime she turned up on TV, it was like, Heather must hate this. It's like, I got hit on her once. It's like, who cares? I've got you. You're going nowhere. You're fucking trapped, son.
Yeah.
So, well, she wanted a bit of prime Yorkshire beef. I can tell you that. For nothing. And I was saying, shut.
That's it.
Shutters are down. You had your chance. I'll fucking spit in her face. Right. That's all we got time for in this episode of Braw Cast. We hope you've enjoyed it. We eventually got to... we will do more of the topics next time, I promise. You can check out Mr. Tragic... I'm going to try anyway. We can get to... you can check out Tragic O'Hara all over the social medias as Mr. Tragic O'Hara. And Billy Kirkwood Comedy. Make sure to head over and check out everything that's going on over at Broad Beard Oils. There's some amazing vlogs, blogs, and other bits and bobs coming up on the... See if I had got that on the one link, that would have been good. Over at the YouTube, make sure to hit subscribe and ding that bell, and you can check out all the archive episodes, the audio version and the video version over at Spotify and YouTube as well. That's all we've got time for. We'll see you next time. Bye.